Alright, so all the fabrication is done on the new truck bed. Starting up here at the driver's front corner of the truck bed, you'll notice we got the light bar mounted temporarily. It's not wired in. I still have to wire that. I still have to mount the backup camera, wire that, and then on these angle brackets on each side, there's going to be an adjustable work light there also. So I got to get all that wired in. That's what the little rings are for. The grate is removable on this one. It's a little bit more difficult on this bed than it is on the last one just because of all the obstacles, but it is removable if needed. Got the diesel filler. Got a nice big chest cabinet right here for storing power tools, my welding bucket, you know, stuff like that. Very handy cabinet. That's where I put all my hard shell cases. Down here I've got another box that I could put stuff in. Spare power tools, things like that. Things that I really don't mind getting wet because none of these boxes are watertight. I've got all my jack stands set up here. They're on pegs so they don't come off, they don't come loose. I've also got a cable running through the T-handle because if you run, good tip, if you run your handle up like they're supposed to be so that these V-heads don't move and you run a cable through here, it's harder for them to steal the V-head. If they can't get this loose, they can't steal the jack stand. But it's also looped through the handle of the jack stands as well. If you'll notice that. I've got a chain link there with a lock that I can lock it to the truck. There's my Hoosier pole. It's only a half pole, not like the other pole that I had on the old bed. D-rings for towing loads. Fenders are trimmed out. Came out very nice. I'm very pleased with the way that came out. I've got a drawer here. And I'm not going to be able to do it with one hand, but the tray is removable. So that you can store small stuff in the top, large stuff in the bottom. D-ring, it's got a tailgate that folds down. Pull these pins loose, flip it down. These are for future use right here. I'm going to make a back half of the rack that's going to sit right there. These right now are just place fillers. Got tail light covers, so when you're cutting and working on the vise, you don't have something slap down and knock your tail light out. Set bolts on the vise sockets to keep it from wobbling around too bad. That one's not tight. It's got a custom rear bumper on the truck to finish it out really well. Hidden underneath the bumper are some rear work lights. The reason they're up under the bumper is so when you're working out here, you can still see and it's not blinding you when you're hooking up, but you can see, get more light when you're backing up. Yes, those are stock tail lights, so I do not have hyper flash. They trim out really nice. Stock license plate lights. I have a 7-way for my trailer at the back, and I forgot to show you, I've got a 7-way for pulling gooseneck. My gooseneck ball is flipped over right now. It's a B&W ball. And my fifth wheel rails are off. That's what those bolts are for, is the fifth wheel rails. Got D-rings for my safety chains up there. Let's come on around this. I haven't wired it yet. I haven't done any wiring on this truck. That's going to be just a GFCI outlet, 2-gang outlet, or single-gang outlet. Anyway, got another socket over here. That way I can run a vise. And my anvil, I can run a flange wheel, put my barbecue grill in there, whatever I want to do. Tail light cover, another drawer over here. This drawer is going to be used for storing torches and torch accessories. Put your regulators here, your torch buds here, and your tips in the corner. Pull this out, you can get access. Probably going to store all my whips and everything in there as well. Fenders trimmed out again. Got my Hoosier pole here, and it's braced up, reinforced to the front bracket that I've got here. Got my same Chisholm lead reels here that I still need to wire up. Machine is mounted. The machine is bolted down. It's sitting on 1x2 inch channel right now. Those bolts are coming up from the bottom, and the heads are welded to make it easier to remove the machine. Later on, this bed has been designed where later on, if I upgrade from the Bobcat 250, I have just enough room that I could put a Big Blue Pipe Pro on there, a Big Blue 400, or even a Trailblazer air pack also. So it's got just a big enough tray for that. The goal is if I ever do that, then I'll just lay something down on top that I can set that larger machine on. I've got my acetylene bottle here. That's going to be for a full-size argon, which I have not picked up yet. Got my oxygen bottle on top. The cool thing about this is this faceplate. You remove these two bolts, top and bottom, and this lock. And there's actually, you can't see it, but there's actually C-channel that runs up in there. And there's a little bolt right here, a set bolt that sets those bottles down in there and keeps them really secure. They don't go anywhere. Same thing on this one, it's just vertical. And the thing about it is you cannot loosen that bolt and remove those bottles unless you pull the faceplate off. And this one you have to open up this door. That's a whole other thing, we're going to get there in a second. I've got my 170 feet of argon hose that I'm going to be using for my TIG welding. That's going to have quick connects. Right now it's just connected back to itself. That'll have quick connects to go down to my argon bottle so that I can do that either when I'm TIG welding or even for my small plasma cutter. I've got a Miller Maxstar 375 Extreme plasma cutter that I picked up the other day. It's awesome. It fits in that chest cabinet over there in its case. It's so sweet, and I can run that off of my argon supply. Probably not very much, but I could if I needed to. It's better to have a compressor. Obviously got Bobcat 250 machine. I've got front clearance lights here. These dual lights I can see clear up to there. So I will definitely be able to tell where I'm at when I'm coming through in the dark. So let's pop this box open. Built-in hose reel right here. So all I have to do is unwind my hose. I probably am not going to be using my torch as much now that I have the plasma cutter, because it's faster and cheaper to use the plasma than it is to use the torch and the bottles. But that plasma cutter is not ready to go up but to, I believe, 3/8 of an inch on an edge cut. So anyway, hi dog. I'm also going to put extension cord reels, stop trooper. I'm going to put extension cord reels in here and stack my extra cords around the corner there. And it's a little bit tight. There's just enough room to get this hose in there. And like I said, I got to get the light bar mounted. There's going to be another work light right there on that angle iron. That front light bar is coming off because this new one has takedown lights. And besides that, I've got LED fog lights that light up the night pretty well anyway. So that's a tour of the new truck bed. Tomorrow I need to get all my tools put on it. I may or may not wire up some of this stuff. I'm not going to wire up the emergency light bar because I'm going to have to pull it off when I get ready to paint this truck bed. I'm going to have to pull a lot of stuff off when I get ready to paint. But I need to be able to use it this weekend. So tomorrow I need to be putting on today. Well, technically it's already Friday because it's 1 o'clock in the morning. But I need to be putting tools on it tomorrow so that I can, this evening, so that I can use it first thing Saturday morning because I've got a job. So, oh, I forgot. There's one more box back here that I completely forgot about. This box right here, not much to it. All this box is for, you can see I've got my fifth wheel pins in there right now. That's interesting. Probably don't want to leave them in there. This box, obviously not anywhere near watertight. It's got some gaps on the ends. All this box is going to be for is to store my straps, stuff that I'm not worried about getting wet, and I'm not necessarily scared about people stealing. I've got my spare tire carrier access right here. I can just put a ratchet on there and ratchet it up and down. Just a gravity lid that goes on here. And as you can tell, the fifth wheel rail runs right up next to it. And so I think that's pretty much it. If y'all got any questions, be sure to let me know. I did all of it with a Hobart Handler 187 MIG welder. Took me, I know for a fact, it took me one full roll, probably closer to 2 or 2.5. Started out using a Hypertherm Power Max 600 Extreme, or 600, but the Hypertherm stopped working. That's borrowed from my dad's shop. He's not using it right now, so it suddenly stopped working. So I got to figure out what's wrong with that. And then started building it with the 375 Extreme, the Spectrum 375 Extreme. I'm sorry, Spectrum 375 Extreme. You know, Milwaukee grinders, torch, stuff like that. That's what I built it with. The bed is 1/8 inch steel, and it is 2x4 rectangle tubing running under 2x4 rectangle tubing running underneath, across it for bracing and support. And then it's also got some 2x2 angle and some 2x1 channel mixed in the mix as well. Yeah, I'm really proud of the way that this bed came out. It's incredible. I've been wanting to do this for so long, and it all finally timed out that I could do it. So I'm very proud of this. I think it's something that's going to last me forever, something that I'll take with me to the next truck. And I'm excited. I can't wait to work out of it and see how well it works. I'm probably going to take that little spot right up there behind the machine, put a cooler there for now, until if I ever get a larger machine. That's why that space isn't taken up right now, is trying to keep it clear of anything permanent so that I can eventually get a larger machine. Yeah, that's it. That's all there is to it. I'm gonna have, like I said, that backup camera is gonna go right there and that under that round protector. And the goal is to be able to right in there is where line of sight stops, and that's alright, because if you get back to here, right in there is the edge of line of sight, and that's right on the tailgate. The main thing is it's going to be to help me line up on the gooseneck and bumper pull, so I can get centered. It's not going to show me when I'm over the ball, but it'll at least help me get centered up. So anyway, that's all the welding that I've got on it, and thought y'all might want to see that. This is the big exciting news that we've been waiting for, and it's finally come together. So it's pretty exciting to see it. So thank y'all for watching. Like, share, comment, don't hate in the comment section. If you want to see anything, let me know. I will be priming it hopefully sometime in the very near future, because I do not want this thing sitting out and getting too rusty. The goal is to paint the bed and the cab color matched, and we'll have the front and the rear bumpers painted black, matte black, to match the wheels. And then we'll go back with some real decals instead of the magnets. And the truck's going to look so sharp by the time it gets painted up and you know, taken care of the right way. So anyway, that's what we're looking at. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see y'all next time, because I'm going to go home, take a shower, and go to bed.